Hey, let me say hi to everybody. I have good news that I'm not allowed to tell you, but you can guess what it is. So let's just not go any further. Okay? That's all I'm allowed to say. Um, okay, let me say hi to Aldo. Hot child in the city. Christina. Clever you. Hey Star. Country girl. Debbie C. Jean Phillips. Lazarick Homestead. Melody Ray. C'est moi. Roberta Cook. Roberta Driver. Steven Seedfeld. Well, that doesn't look like 33 people, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna F11 this. I know it sounds like I'm doing something nasty, but it's not really. And then I'm going to pop out my chat and bring it on over. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to bring it over here. And then I'm going to go live chat. Hey! Hey, baby! How's it going? I kind of took the day off yesterday. Yes and no. I worked really hard on Friday you guys saw the shepherd's pie video. Well, there's another video coming out tomorrow, but I have to edit it first. And today I'm doing the little house live at 4 o'clock because I missed it yesterday because I took yesterday off and I went visiting and I had a lovely time. So it's nice. You know, when you're so used to the only people you actually come in contact are either in your house or in the store you're going to. It was really nice to go to somebody else's house, sit down, have a cup of tea, and just enjoy each other. Enjoy each other's company. It was amazing. Hey, Peggy, how did your giveaway go? Knack Morris, how's it going? How's it going? Jean Phillips, Ken Solomon, Roberta Driver. You come from whereabouts in Ontario? Roughly. Roughly. Oh, it's my second cup of tea. So, yeah, I've been busy this morning. Remember my St. Patrick's dinner? You guys have probably seen me make this before, but honey, I'm home. Hi, Lena K. How's it going? Joe Mama, Betty, Malka. How's everybody doing? Darlene Wright, Marie Dunn. Wow, we're just pulling in like fast and crazy. It went wonderful. Thank you, Bev. It was a blast. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I make a lot of my own seasonings. So I didn't join. I know you wanted me join in and I know you wanted me to. But I'm one of those people. I'm one of those channels that I am at the point and have been for some time that I do my own giveaways. And I don't join other people's giveaways. It's kind of a rule of thumb for me, especially if the channel's smaller than mine. If the channel's bigger than mine, I might. You know what I mean? Hey, Sherry, baby, I love you, Sherry. Mwah. Nashville, Tennessee. Hi, Michelle Miller. I think I have a niece living in Nashville. Afternoon, everyone. Stephen, congratulations. You are a brand now. Ooh, good job, baby. Hey, Coral, how are you? And Autumn. Cool and breezy today, says Joe Mama. You know who's missing is Seashell. Charlie R. Hi, how are you? We don't get to see you that often. And Lori Diorio. How's it going? Hey, Aces, how are you? You are welcome, Stephen. Okay, now that I know and I have spoken to Stephen, I'm going to go behind the fan because I've been quite busy. So when I made my corned beef and cabbage video, of course we're proud of Stephen. Harder working man never lived, except maybe my husband and my father. Right? That's why I call him brother. John's, another really hard working man. I'm here. I just got a minute ago. Hi, Seashell. Hey, Angela Mackey. Okay, so pay no attention to the woman behind the fan. Because this is the first time I've had a chance to sit. For anybody new, I do not smoke. For anybody new, I do not smoke cigarettes. I haven't had a cigarette in over 12 years. Absolutely. Finished walking the pup. We just got up. Bev. Hi, Deborah Gilmore. I saw one of your old videos about quilting. Loved it. I'm a quilter too. I got lots. I'm pretty sure I have a playlist of just quilting. And speaking of quilting, I may be doing one of these live. Well, you get another live stream on Tuesday and Thursday. I will probably be live streaming from the quilt. With any luck, I'll have the chat like I have it here on my desktop. I'll have it up on the TV so that I can just, film with my phone and it'll be all good, right? I hope. What the heck's going on there? So, I did a jeans quilt too. Lost the jeans quilts, man. I mean, yeah, it's hard work. Jeans quilts are really hard work. Hey, Helen Burke, how's it going? They are a lot of work. I'm down to 3 cigarettes a day. Good for you. That's the way to do it. Make up your mind and then just cut back. It took me years. It took me like 3 years. And about a bronchitis so bad I peed myself in the examination room because I couldn't breathe. And I still didn't quit until about 10 days after that, and I was done. And it's like, it comes to a point like any addiction, okay? It comes to a point where you have to decide whether you want to live or not. You know what I mean? You can't do it for any other reason. It has to be a totally selfish decision. I'm quitting smoking because I want to live. My nose is itchy, excuse me. Sometimes I wonder if I'm allergic to marijuana. God, no, please cancel that. Hey, Deb Caputo, how's it going? You know who isn't here? Is Tony DeLuca. There's a few people not here, but so anyway, I just saw a comment on my my St. Patrick's Day corned beef and cabbage. Just another Sam. Good morning, love. I've been busy and have missed a lot. Well, I'm glad you're here, sweetheart. Hey, Carol Toy, I'm doing great. So I got a comment from someone called the Irish Chef on my corned beef and cabbage. And he said, beautifully done. He said, but normally corned beef and cabbage is more of an Americanized version of the boiled Irish dinner. And he said, we use bacon. And I went, oh, I don't understand. And I said, well, I normally would use cottage roll. People have asked me before what a cottage roll is, and you're going to see in the video. And he said, well, that's what we call bacon. Any kind of pickled pork. Okay? It's not smoked bacon or a ham. It's pickled pork. Right? So any kind of pickled pork. So that's what I'm showing you. This is an actual traditional Irish boiled dinner, but I had to ask them, can you add carrots? Because somebody said, add a couple carrots. It'll really elevate the meal. So that's what I'm doing. Certain strains of marijuana cause a slight allergic reaction to me. Huh, really? Hi, Suzette. St. Patrick's Day was started in America. Yeah, pretty much. It's for those people who wanted to. I read Gone with the Wind. And then I read the sequel, which was written by somebody else, called Scarlet. And in the book, Scarlet, she described entire communities in America that were made up of Irish people. And what they would do is they would buy, it's an immigrant thing. We've all done it. They would buy a house. Everybody would work and they'd buy a house, and then they'd bring family over and they'd all live in this house and they'd all work until they could buy the house next door. and then the house next door and the house after that, rebuilding their small family villages that they had to leave behind in Ireland, right? So that they could have their own villages and go in and out of each other's houses all day. And, oh, you don't have enough supper, here's what's on the hob, take that home, and, that kind of thing. Rose, could the lid have a slight dent or something? Bev, I need some advice on my pressure canner. I replaced the gauge because my son dropped the lid, but I can't get it on right. You can't get the gauge on right, or you can't get the lid on right. Will you be tapping maple trees next year? Probably. Probably. We'll see. We use pickled pork for seasoning our red beans. Well, there you go. Whereabouts are you from, Corey C? So that we get, even though North America is a continent full, peopled with immigrants from all over the world, we still kind of carry those old recipes and then make them our own, right? I have this entitled feeling about cooking because I'm a Canadian, and there's just so many wonderful ethnic recipes out there that I play fast and loose with traditional ones, because why keep it traditional? I'm not Irish, I'm not Scottish, I'm not Native, I'm not, Viking, I'm not any, I'm just Canadian. Pickled pork. Warren Peace. How's it going, Warren? Pickled pork is like, you can have, there's different kinds of pickled pork, obviously. But this particular pickled pork is called a cottage roll. And what it's butt meat, which is actually up around the shoulder. And it's fatty. And they roll it up and they put it in a mesh bag to hold it all together, and they pickle it. The difference between pickling pork and ham is brined and then smoked. Pickled pork just comes out of the brine and gets vacuum sealed in a bag and shipped. That's the difference. Hey, Sherry Leach. We'll be just watching, putting you on the big screen. It's raw meat, but it's pickled, yes. And there are different variations, like the pea-meal bacon and ham and, pickled pig's knuckles. I've never had pickled pig feet, so I wouldn't know. But I can remember my dad going, oh, pickled pig feet and beer. I don't know. I've never had them. Almost like Bev's cottage roll. Well, that's pretty much what it is. How do you dehydrate eggs? I have done it, Louise, but I don't. I don't dehydrate eggs anymore. I don't like how they rehydrate. Now, I did them from raw, but if you want to dehydrate like scrambled eggs, dehydrate scrambled eggs. Just don't use any fats when you dehydrate, and dehydrate them into crumble. But in reality, dehydrating raw eggs was just not an ideal way of using them. When I recooked them, I should have soaked them first and then cooked them. But I mean, they weren't bad. They were a bit gritty, but I don't bother. Have you ever had a Scotch egg? No, but I'm going to be making some one of these days real soon. But I have a deep fryer that I don't really use because we don't eat a lot of deep fried food. So, but no, I've never had a Scotch egg, but I've kind of made something like it, but Canadianized, only it was in meatloaf. Pickled pig's feet. Really, Stephen? Like, do you just take them out of the jar? And that's another thing. Who likes pickled herring? I've never tried those either, but apparently they're really good. Can we get cottage rolls in the States? I don't know. It's like you folks thinking when I talk about pea-meal, you think I'm talking about back bacon, and I'm not. Well, maybe it is back. Is pea-meal and back bacon both from the loin, dear?
I think so.
Okay, but the difference between, because it's the loin, back bacon.
They call it Canadian bacon.
Okay, well, the difference between pea-meal bacon, which is made out of the loin, and back bacon, which is made out of the loin, is the pea meal is pickled, not smoked. Bacon is brined and then smoked. See? So there's a lot of confusion. One of these days, I'm just going to sit down and I don't know. I have never heard of a lot of these foods. I feel as if I've been deprived. Well, do you live in Canada? Because if you live in Canada and you can't find cottage rolls, no frills, food basics, Loblaws, I guarantee you'll get them. Howie, are you up and about? Well, I just wanted you to grab me a cottage roll out of the freezer, and I just give them a flash look of it, and you can put it back. But you can put it in the fridge freezer so you don't have to go back out the porch. I'll pass on pickled pig's feet, but bring on fried okra. See, fried okra, Bevy Crockpot! Hey, Cindy Glass, how's it going? How's it going? Yes, right out of the jar. Oh, well, then I'll have to try them. Maybe when I come to Wisconsin, because I'm coming one of these days. But by the time I get there, you'll be too busy to see me. Pea meal bacon is to die for. Well, Roberta Driver, if you have seen my homemade pea meal bacon, holy fraholy. When you get it from the store, it's not nowhere near as good. It's almost like the meat has been treated with ammonia or something. You can smell it coming out as it cooks. My homemade pea meal bacon is the way pea meal bacon tasted when I was a kid. And yes, there is a video. Hey, Scott Borders. Well, welcome aboard. How's your Sunday so far? Howie's shoulder is, what is it, about 90%, dear? Your shoulder. It's about 90%, and that's probably the best we can hope for. And he can keep it at that as long as he continues to do the exercises. He's still going to physiotherapy, but that's going to end soon because he has other things going on. Absolutely. Pillars makes good back bacon. Pillars, yeah. I love their dog. Their pepperettes. I hope everyone's doing good today. We're doing good. I am. Hey, Rena. How are you, darling? Freaky Geek. We boil the pickled pork before it's added to food. See, what I do is I put the pickled pork in the crock pot, just like I do the corned beef. I cook it exactly the same. And I like it better than corned beef. I could just eat the cabbage and the meat. That would be me. No, I live in the need to get out more. Don't we all? Getting out yesterday was one of the most great feelings. It felt really good. It felt really good to get out into the air and breathe and be among people again. Society was lovely. Have fun, guys. Company arrived. Okay, Peggy. I love you, sweetheart. So, who likes tripe? I've never had tripe, Helen. But I've heard that it's like crack for dogs. Like you buy canned tripe and you just give it as a treat to the dogs. I may have to get some for Gracie. Is my snow gone? Oh! Almost. In the low-lying areas and in the valleys and stuff, it's getting there. It's been raining and drizzly all day. I saw about 6 turtles just surfing the waves. Oh, wow. Sea turtles? I love sea turtles. Most of the snow is gone here, but I tried to make a return visit 2 days ago. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, it tried to make a return visit. Yeah, we got some snow day before yesterday, but it didn't stick around. The thought of it, I don't, all I think of with tripe is dog food. That's all I can think of. No, I've never had chitlins. And I would do the chitlins if I cleaned them first. Just saying. I might try them. Uh, Rose Jarman timed out. Okay, probably too many emoticons or too many capital letters. No, no, no. Buy raw tripe, then clean and soak, and then simmer with onions and serve with boiled potatoes. I'll have to look that up. And I'm still, you know what? I will tackle a lot of things, but I'm not. Bev, make a menudo soup with tripe. Awesome, but maybe an acquired taste. Okay, I'm an acquired taste. Tripe. Howie, do you want me to make tripe soup?
what?
Tripe soup?
What's that? Oh, tripe?
Yeah.
No.
No. He won't. He was a good sport tasting the liver, but if I tried to serve him tripe, he'd probably leave me. Okay, that's mean. You wouldn't leave me if I tried to serve you tripe, but you'd let your displeasure be known.
I wouldn't need it.
He wouldn't eat it. No. There's just some things. Weather says it will snow again. I'm done with snow. I have seedlings ready for spring. Oh, you should see my Manitoba tomato plants. I just repotted them down a little deeper, and they went ha 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 ha, and they're like, this is one plant. Okay, this is how big the spread of the leaves is on one plant. Yeah, I'm going to have some really fine. And somebody told me that if they actually start to flower before I get them out in the garden to pinch the flowers off, they need that energy because when they get transplanted, they're going to go through that shock. Is that correct, Stephen? Brigitte. Yeah, I just the thought of it. Yeah, I just yeah. It would be like asking me to eat brains. Okay. Mm-mm. Teflon. Yes. Right. Thank you, Stephen. How's it going, Teflon? All right. Time to go behind the fan for a minute. And is there any questions? Hey, Nina, how are you, darling? But yeah, if guys don't mind, one of my live streams, at least this week, is going to be done in front of at the quilt frame because I got to get it done. Rainy on Maryvale. Yeah, no doubt. Monkey brains used to be all the rage many moons ago. Again, no thanks. Chilled monkey brains. There is even a culture that would serve them up in the monkey's head. Like serve them up and the monkey would still be alive. Like you just cut the top of the head. There's just some things. Dog meat. No. You know what I mean? I won't eat canned ham or spam. I won't touch canned tuna, never. It's the only way I'll eat tuna and salmon, pretty much, is when it's been canned. So, but I'm not buying it anymore. Fukushima is still dumping water, ocean water, through its core to try and cool it, and all that water is going right back into the ocean. So, isn't sausage put into an intestine casing? Yes. Yes, but when I did sausage casings, I made my own, right? And I made sure they were clean and edible. I don't necessarily trust a whole handful of that somebody else has done, Yeah, seafood's not a safe bet anymore, but I do have some cans of sockeye salmon in my pantry that I'm saving for like a special occasion. I think I'll make salmon cakes. The vets love trying to get money out of you. No, thank you. Yeah. Only innards I eat is liver and onions with bacon, and I should say I eat liver with my bacon. I like liver and onions, but not as much anymore now that I'm, in menopause. I used to be anemic all the time, and I would get ravenous cravings for liver. And Howie wouldn't eat it, so the only time I got it, except for that one video with me and Nan, is we would go over to the Pineview restaurant before it got sold, and it their liver and onions with bacon and gravy, yeah, I would just demolish it in like 30 seconds. And that's me saying I needed iron. It's saying monkey brains eating started AIDS. Really? Bev, Bodine? My mom would make that. Very good. What's Bodine? Oh, well, I do love ahi poke yum. Oh, I missed that. How do you get the omegas if we don't have seafood anymore? Hemp Hearts. I'll be right back. Without getting fish oil. All right. All right. Let's have a little education about Hemp Hearts. These are Hemp Hearts. These are shelled hemp seeds, and they are gluten-free, non-GMO certified. These are like tiny, here, let me show you. This is what they look like. Okay, can you see that? That's what they look like. And they're not crunchy, but they're a little bit crunchy. It's kind of like a cross between a pumpkin seed and a sesame seed. Now, let me educate you about Manitoba Harvest, Hemp Hearts. All right. Okay, Brigitte, I'll check it out. We exist to make life super. Passionate and purposeful. All right, hang on a second. Okay, for 3 tablespoons, there's 180 calories. 7% of your daily potassium, 2% of your daily calcium, 22% iron, 25% thiamine, 4% riboflavin, 10% vitamin B6, 11% folate, 36% phosphorus, 48% magnesium, 27% zinc, and 87% manganese. Now, let me tell you, I got the wrong glasses on again. I'm going to have to graduate to trifocals. Hemp Hearts and Omegas. Give me a second. All right. Hemp Hearts contain an omega ratio of 3:1 or 3 parts omega-6 to 1 part omega-3. The ideal ratio of omegas is anywhere between 1:1 and 3:1. Consuming the right ratio of so where can you get omegas? Soybeans, corn. Yes, you can, but I wouldn't do it. Some oils, hemp oil and sunflower, nuts, seeds, meat, and fish. Hemp Hearts are loaded with omegas. They really are. Let me just get this back up here. I'm sorry that I left you and I couldn't read the chat. Oh, I got to pop it back out and rinse the seeds out of my teeth. So you can get them from many, many other things. You don't have to get your omegas. Just Google it. Where can I get omega fatty acids other than fish? Hi, Ahmad. Happy Sunday. Do I have a recipe for sugar-free jam? Needing it for a diabetic child. Oh, that's easy. Get fresh fruit, like strawberries. And for each cup, I think you put in a tablespoon, I think, double check, of chia seeds. And then puree it and put it in the fridge. The chia seeds will gel and they will firm up the strawberry jam. And it's basically just pureed strawberries, but you know what I mean? Hey, Iron Dog. Thank you. My midwife had me eat hemp seeds when I was pregnant. There you go. Flax seeds also. Right. Yeah, absolutely. This is where I get mine at Costco. Now, one thing you need to know about Hemp Hearts is they lose nutritional value if you cook them. So do not cook these. Use them raw. Put them on your cooked oatmeal. Put them on top of a salad. Put them, put them on top of your mashed potatoes. Put them on top of your yogurt. Anywhere you might put nuts or oatmeal or whatever. Just throw them on there. Hemp Hearts are awesome. One of my favorite dishes in the summertime is I just cut up romaine lettuce and wash it. And I grill a couple of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And I cut them up. And I throw them in with the lettuce. I dollop of sour cream, some Parmesan. Hemp Hearts. It gives it a really nice, nutty flavor without it being too crunchy. Phytoplankton and krill oil. I've heard about, hey, saltwater hippie. I've heard. Did you ever make chia pudding? No. Yeah, I've heard about krill oil too, but krill is from the oceans, right? So I know, we're getting narrowed back, farther down into where we need to be. It must be refrigerated after opening. What must be refrigerated after opening? The Hemp Hearts? Really? Because I keep them in the cupboard. BWLBT21FL. What the hell is that? I'm going to give you a warning. Okay? Now, folks, in the chat, you will see that I put him in a timeout. Was timed out by our half-acre homestead. That was me. I timed out because I wasn't sure what was going to come next. Half a cup of Splenda after you cook the pectin. Oh, no, God, no. No. I just don't do Splenda. So, Hemp Hearts, it's on the bag. Really? Yes, you would have to. Manitoba Hemp Hearts. Okay. All right, Aldo, you go ahead. So, yeah, all the snow is off my garden. It's a hell of a mess. And I'm going to get myself one of those claw things to stir up my soil in my beds. And then I'm going to get extra soil brought in this year. No all caps or you will be timed out. Hi, Terry. Hemp Hearts sound so interesting. They're really good for you. They're really good for you. Now I'm wondering if that's why my stomach's upset, because they've been in the cupboard for a year. Yes, Kara. It's right there at the it's right here. Yes, I've started my Patreon page. Hang on a second. I will give it to you. It's in the description box. It is in the description box. Okay, but I will give it to you here just so you don't have to hunt for it. No. Excuse me. But it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's the only way I know how to, it's not cheap. It's not $1 anymore. It's $5 American or $7 Canadian. Okay. And because people are asking, I'm going to tell you what you get. You get patrons only live streams. Okay. You get, and that's on Monday, Wednesday, and then Freaky Friday. That's patrons only. You get any new cooking with cannabis videos and outtakes, which I'm going to be doing soon. Like, I cut a lot of stuff out of my videos. I really do. And so one of the, people have been asking for outtakes. They're not that great. They're not that interesting. But, some of them, the next one, patrons are going to see what I do, how I actually, things can screw up while I'm working, right? That's okay, Sam. I keep forgetting. I should have pinned that at the top of the screen that said YouTube will time you out if you use too many capital letters or any more than 3 emoticons in a row. Okay? It's YouTube that times you out, not me. I timed out that other guy because he looked like he was about to start trolling, so I just let it go. No to Manitoba hemp bought by a U.S. corporation. It's still in Manitoba and they're still organic and non-GMO. So, cool cupcake. Why did you not have a rest in the bed once it was ready? I worked my garden bed yesterday until I could barely walk. Getting old sucks. Oh, from your mouth to God's ears, eh? But the thing is I'm going to really focus on getting as much production out of my garden beds as I can this year. Hey, Angels Herbs. Use Purdy hemp. Peterborough. Really, Penn Smith. Like Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, not Peterborough, Britain. Bev, got a question. Can 30 pounds of diced chicken with broth from box and bouillon chicken turned red? Do you know why? But I'm going to blame the boxed bouillon. I could not tell you, darling. I really couldn't. You may want to Google that because I've never experienced that before. Malka, hi. How are you, darling? Okay. Purdy Hemp Hearts. Okay. Where do I get them now? Purity. Really? Purity packaging? They used to do all kind. Purity was a packaging company in Peterborough. It used to be a packaging company in Peterborough. They used to package milk, I believe, like the little milk cup things that you get in restaurants, milks and creams. Clean, purity, pure. Okay. That's sad. The more your channel grows from hard work, the trolls mess everything up for everyone. Well, I mean, spin that garden. Absolutely, Stephen. I am going to put in a lot of extra beans this year if I can, because those are a big staple with us. And I do like to dehydrate some of them too. So once I get what I think I've had enough of the beans, I'm going to be like cutting them down and pulling them up in late July and planting kale and spinach and stuff. I overdid it the last 2 days. Can't move today. Well, Rose, that'll teach you. I'm not saying that's punishment. I'm just saying you got to learn to listen to your body, because if you don't look after you, nobody else will. I wonder if Purity does hemp oil. Maybe. Should I move my tomatoes to a different spot from last year? That's for Stephen, but yeah, if you don't want blossom end rot, or you can amend the soil as you're putting it in with calcium and magnesium. A lot of beans here too. Beans are the best. Bev, will you be canning asparagus? No, my asparagus won't be ready. I only get like 6 or 7 asparagus from my back garden. My baby asparagus that I planted last year won't be ready for harvest, even close to harvest, till next year. And I bet you dollars to donuts it'll be a year after that. And then I'll probably can some, yes. I always support Bev. Hey, Helen22, how are you, darling? Looking forward to gardening, but I don't put up any food. I never know what I feel like eating day to day. You know what? That's what my dad was like. You go to my dad's house and his fridge would have a jug of milk, he'd have a little fridge and he'd have a jug of milk in it. And it's like, and an onion and some condiments. And it's like, Dad, what are you doing? I look at his little freezer, nothing. I say, Dad, what if the power goes out? And he goes, well, I got soup in the cupboard. And it's like, but no, my father would go every single day. As a matter of fact, everybody knows the story that my neighbor, my best friend's mom, B, God rest your soul, B and Jerry, B would look up, like I would be at her house playing, I'd skip school and play Yahtzee with Geraldine's mom. And she'd look up and she'd go, yep, there goes your dad, 3:00, right on the nose. I could set my clock by him. And Dad would go to town and he would get his newspaper and he would decide when he was in the grocery store what he felt like for supper that night. Right? And I just, I thought, geez, I couldn't live like that. I really couldn't. We go through a lot of green and yellow beans also. I'm going bean crazy this summer. It seems to be a trend this year. Is Ahmad leaving? Bev, we under a tornado warning. I have to go. Have a great day. Okay, be safe, sweetheart. If you got any big plate glass windows, to cross them with tape, eh? I got 6 Delmonico steaks on the grill outside while it's raining, serving lasagna to my gas and roasted peppers and a Caesar salad. Oh, it sounds delicious. Charlie R. Bev, gotta run. Enjoy your Sunday going geocaching. I've heard a lot of people have fun with that. I'll watch the rest of the live when I get back. Well, it won't be on much longer anyway, sweetheart. Be safe. Thank you, Doris. Be safe. I can't do that kind of shopping. I can't either. I mean, I have always, like, part of me, especially since Howie's been laid off, went right back to when my kids were small and we had just sobered up and we were broke and stuff. So I'm going right back to, okay, I'm rotating up my pantry now. Right? Not all of it. I make fresh meals. Like tonight, it's fresh cabbage and potatoes and onions and carrots and stuff. Can you make a video on making a carrot cake? I'm pretty sure, hang on a second, I'm pretty sure I have a deluxe carrot cake video. Let me just look, okay? Because I'm pretty sure I made one of the most decadent. There's carrot cake loaf. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you all. Geez, I have. All right. Here's carrot cake loaf.
Is an amazing.
You know what? Here's one. Oh, what am I doing? There's the carrot cake loaf.
Hey friends, this is from our half acre home.
Yeah, lady. And here is with orange cream cheese frosting. And here is decadent orange.
Hey friends, this is Miss Wolfie from our half acre.
There's more, but I'm not gonna sit here and paste for you, okay? So, Bev, when I was a young man many years ago, you're still young. You're younger than me, and I'm just a spring chicken. Many years ago, when I was a young man, I went hungry for about a week. Never again. I will always have plenty of food now in my larder at all times. Absolutely, it's the only way to be. What happens if you get trapped in your house for a week? You can't, it drove me nuts that my dad, but then he had our neighbors, B and Jerry, And if he didn't go by at 3 o'clock, and he didn't go by, Jerry would go over and make sure his truck was in the driveway. If he saw lights on, he was fine, right? Bev, there isn't many recipes you haven't made. Well, I'm Italian. I'm half Italian, half Polish. Wow, I'd like to eat at your dinner table. I would gain 100 pounds, I betcha. What can I do with stale marshmallows? I'm not a huge marshmallow person, but what I would do is I would cut them up and dehydrate them. And then when you make hot chocolate packages in cups to give to people at Christmas, just cut them up and put them in the hot chocolate. It's the only thing I can think of. You're welcome, Scott. You're welcome. Food storage is insurance. We all need it. Yeah, my pantry's getting pretty. It's actually, you know what? If we had to shut down, we could easily still live off of what's in our house. If we were stranded, we could live off of what's in our house. I could make it stretch for another 3 months. I could. We would just have to, everything's careful. But that's the way I've been lately, right? Except yesterday. When I went to Maniwaki on my way home, on my way to Maniwaki, I saw my favorite butcher shop in Gracefield was open. And so on my way home, and I broke a couple of speed limits, but I made it with 15 minutes to spare, and I bought 3 little ribeyes that big around, that thick, and they looked like Kobe. They were so marbled. I wish I had videotaped me cooking those, because that was our celebratory dinner. So we used the hard marshmallows and hot chocolate too. Well, there you go. I had a ton of clearanced marshmallows, and that's just what I did with them. Well, there you go, Alvin Leanne. Hi, darling. How's the East Coast? I have an old-timey recipe for carrot cake that my mom gave me, and I won first place at the country fair one year. There you go. Plano tones. What's a plain? Oh, panonis. Oh, okay. I have been slowly rebuilding my canning goods. We have been living off pantry all winter. Well, I haven't been able to do any, I do small shopping. Like I took Briar out shopping and I saw Cottage rolls, so I grabbed them, that kind of thing. But like you saw with the tube meat, the tube meat chicken and the tube meat beef, that was $20 worth of meat in those 7 packages. And I got 5 shepherd pies out of that. And I got 4 more baked pasta meals, which you'll see tomorrow, plus a big one for supper because Briar was here. And all for $20 in meat. You know what I mean? My favorite cake you made is the chocolate chip zucchini bread. Oh my God. People think it's zucchini bread. And they go, and they think, well, even with chocolate, but no. Chocolate chip zucchini bread is the most moist, rich, decadent chocolate bread food that you will ever eat. I would take it over chocolate chip cake. I would take it over German chocolate cake. I would take it over any chocolate cake. Chocolate chip zucchini bread. Oh, I got that recipe from Lynn Karkner out in Merrickville. She sold me my first few sets of goats. And she gave me the recipe, and it makes 2 big loaves. But it's decadent. I made cream cheese, banana bread swirl. Oh, recipe, please. I am Russian, Polish, and Hungarian. We are going to make a big batch of pierogies for the freezer. You know what? Somebody actually asked me to do that. And so I'm gonna. Because we eat pierogies. I love pierogies. I boil them up. And then when they float, okay, while the water's boiling, I start cook up bacon and onions and mushrooms. And you get them all sizzling in that there, in that bacon fat there. And then when the bacon's ready and everything, you just scoop everything out, leaving the bacon fat in the bottom, and then you strain your floating pierogies and you fry them in that, and then you dump it all back and you whap it with sour cream. Oh! Yeah, I gotta make pierogies. I actually think I have a couple of bags of instant potatoes left, and they will make, I want to make pierogies with one, and I want to make my salmon cakes with another, because we're using up the pantry stock. Those are the videos. So, I love zucchini bread. Put lots of raisins and dried cherries in mine. You got to try the chocolate chip zucchini bread. It is, and if you have medical butter, oh my goodness. Cream cheese makes everything taste delicious. Absolutely. Hey, Grumpy, how are you, darling? How did your peach pie turn out? I still am waiting for that equipment to arrive. The kneading pad and the rolling pin, because somebody asked me if I could do yet another bread video like my multigrain, but do it by hand, not with the mixer. So that's going to be a video I'm going to be in pain for a couple of days afterwards. But I want to do bread because I want to try kneading it without the tablecloth on the silicone mat. And I also want to use the silicone rolling pin that they're sending. So I'm going to be doing, these are all going to be worked into videos. I just got to get the stuff, just has to arrive, right? Really good butter and onions to fry them in. I just see I'm late. Hi, Just Jen. How are you, darling? All right, Clever You. Well, we're getting ready to leave anyway. Hey, take care, sweetheart. Take care. All right. Now, it's been 51 minutes. Can you make pierogies better if you use bread flour, or should you use all-purpose? I've never used bread flour for anything. I've never used self-rising flour. It's like people always ask me, you hear it here now. I always use all-purpose. The only time I've ever used cake and pastry flour was when a recipe specifically demanded it. And after that, I just started twice sifting my flour. If it calls for cake and pastry flour, I just twice sift my flour, and it's just as nice. Silicone rolling pin is something I personally had no luck with. Don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it just doesn't work. Did you put it in the fridge? Because it needs to be chilled, I think. Russian bread. Love to try the Russian bread. What's Russian bread? If somebody has a recipe for Russian bread, send me the recipe. Hey, one day at a time. Hello, darling. All right, we're getting ready to leave. Pushy bread, is that wise? All right, you take care, Stephen. And I'm doing my Little House Live in a couple of hours, so I have some editing to do between now and then. So let's close with a push of spiritual light to each other and to the world, so that we can, we're going to get in contact with our higher power, our spirit, the one that our faith shines for. Okay. What I say to my higher power is not the same as what you would say to yours. Okay. But fill in the gaps. And if you don't have a higher power, just fill in with positive energy, right? So here we go. Oh, Sherry, happy Passover. Oh, great spirit, original spirit from which my spark comes, and to I hope to return. Thank you, God, for pricking my stubborn butt into getting out of the house yesterday and really enjoying the day. It was wonderful. Thank you for that. Thank you for all my YouTube friends and family. Well, they're all family, who show up day after day to in love and support of my family and this channel and of each other. That's what these live streams are all about, God. We like to come in here and talk and connect and then connect again, as we are going to do now, as we link hearts and link hands. Dear God, please send your love and your light and your positive energy. Help us with a boost. So we're going to link hearts and hands like a circuit, and we're going to rev it up, and we're going to go poof, like a flare, sending out to the world and pushing back at the darkness. And then, while the light shines, we lift up humanity through the darkness, through the clouds, to you, God, for us and each other, the sick, the wounded, the alone, the neglected, rejected, the addicted. It doesn't matter. We give them to you, God, because only you can help. All we can be is facilitators. So thank you, God, for allowing us to be here. Yeah, feel the love. Please go forward from this point on today, radiating love, patience, tolerance, and peace. Thank you, God. Thank you, my YouTube family. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Peace be with you. See you Thursday. Take care. God bless. I love you guys. Don't ever forget, love. Love. Only hate is a disease of the heart that only love can cure. Take care. God bless.